And we're trying to OBS because no editing. Oh my god, I can't take this sometimes. Gonna want to watch this one. Um, so I try to go across other people's podcasts, try to branch out more their podcasts, their YouTube videos, so I can have a little bit of dialogue with what people think. Because we do ours, but we don't. We just usually talk about news and things we're having feeling. We don't do a lot of hot takes. But this guy's the geeky cast. So if you like this kind of stuff, the geeky cast, I don't know how much I'll be on this. I don't like pro Snyder Bros. It's kind of hard to get through them. And yeah, so with that being said, here we go. No. If you like a movie and not everyone likes it, I think it's fine to argue against it. Like I did a video about 3 movies I like that everyone hates and how I don't understand how people think they're horrible. Not saying that you had to like them, just like you could give them a you know, not like they're horrible. Like saying they're horrible is a big thing. And you could say your piece. I did that with a Ragnarok video about how I can't believe someone cannot like it. It's crazy to me. But I keep going like your opinions are your opinions. But if someone said it's a bad movie, I would lost my mind. And that's kind of, I think I did a little bit. Because I think they tried to compare it to Love and Thunder. And Love and Thunder's bad, in my opinion. But I think maybe that's more so maybe what I was coming across on that one. But I think it's fine to be upset that someone doesn't like your movie. One of your favorite movies. But you always got to be ready for people to say why they don't. And I highly recommend you have an intellect that can back it up, because you could bring out a lot of things that are like, oh, that's just a good part. Oh, that's just a good part. But you could tell them how this ties in, But for the Snyder guys, it's really crazy. And anyone that's a big Marvel, DC, MCU, comic book lover, any kind of fan, we know these people. And they're a selective group. All right. The guy I don't like from Cosmic Book News or something, he's obsessed. He'll crap on anything. And then they crap on the new DC things because they're not Snyder. They don't even back, if they're just like pro DC, that was already bad enough. But on top of it, they don't even back their DC anymore because it has to be Snyder DC or nothing. And I can't believe anything that comes out is like, Superman was horrible and Man of Steel's way better. My opinion, Man of Steel's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. I don't know if it's like that good for me, but I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. But after watching it maybe 2 times, I don't need to watch it ever again. It didn't really entertain me. Try to give it another chance because there are people out there that like it that aren't part of the little Snyder clan, and I try to hear them out. It's just not Superman. I could have watched it for different reasons, but I watched it for Superman, and that's why I watched it. I watched James Gunn's for a Superman fan, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's not fair that he got to get so many cool characters in it to make the movie even better. So maybe we can't say, oh, Superman's good because just Superman. Superman was good because a lot of elements. The story was clean. We got so many good characters in it. Nick Holt as Lex pulled it off. I didn't think he was gonna. He pulled it off. There's just a lot of things going on. So again, I get it. If you get upset that someone doesn't like a movie that you don't like, you have your opinions. They can have theirs. But I agree. If someone thinks it's straight dog shit, being upset with that, I get it. So just giving myself a little bit of grace because I have made videos where I don't understand how people don't like it. But I will have stuff to back it up. And at the end of the day, I just want you to say it's not a horrible movie. I just want you to be like, all right, I got you. It's not horrible. There's horrible movies out there. This isn't a horrible movie. It's not just my favorite. It's not the greatest. It's just whatever. So this guy, I think I've seen him before. I think he's making fun of Supergirl. All these guys are making fun of Supergirl right now because Supergirl, she's been making her posts or doing interviews and acting different. I don't know. It's the whole Brie Larson thing. I haven't got too much into it. I'll have to see what she said. I don't like doing news that much, but yes. And everyone's like, see what's happening. I think that Cosmic dude came up on my feed again, and he was crapping on it, saying that it's already projected to make a lot less money than they were supposed to. But I'm more of a like, okay, this doesn't look great feeling when I see a movie like that, but let's see what it does. Especially if it's like comic book, my crew. Like, if you're a DC guy, you should be like, yeah, I want to see this succeed. Even though it looks bad right now, she's not making it look good, whatever. And give her a break. Who knows? She said, like, she never watched any girl superheroes, and people were mad. They're like, you need to see a Wonder Woman movie to understand it. I don't know what kind of actress she is. There's a lot of people that haven't even. I mean, Taika Waititi did Thor Ragnarok. I like Thor Ragnarok. I think he said never read a Thor book. He made it great. I love Thor Ragnarok. Hate to bring that up again, but there are certain people that say they never read it and they still did a good job. So, of course, we would love that they would read the source material, but it depends on the actor and how good they are to just translate a script to screen. So what we're gonna do is watch this guy talk about how Batman vs Superman is one of the most misunderstood films ever put on the screen. And I am done letting the internet lie about it.
Batman vs Superman is one of the most misunderstood entire films on the internet, and I'm tired of people lying about it. Critics call it a mess.
Real quick, I just want to point out that he's got a Snyder God-looking image back here. I think it's Superman. I think in the other videos, I believe I saw this guy. It's got like all the logos on top, so it could be a Justice League poster. So that already kind of cringed me when you talk about Snyder and you got Snyder all in your background and stuff. Like, again, it's cool, but that means like they're super for it. If they're plasterizing their wall with things like that, you know they're gonna super go up to bat for it. God, things always popping up. They're gonna super go to bat for it, but it's just a lot of those people don't want to even hear anything. They don't want to hear any of your opinions, but let's go.
Casual fans call it boring, but you're just not paying attention.
So critics don't like it, and critics, it's hard to judge by critics. My wife was even asking the other day when she was looking at movies, she's like, do I go off the popcorn or the tomato on Rotten Tomatoes? And I'm like, it just depends. I go, it varies. Sometimes it's a good movie and critics are really hard on it. Sometimes fans are really high on it and the critics went low. I go, it's just really hard to tell, because when you talk to fans, a lot of people are divided. Sometimes they like it a lot, or it depends on bots. Bots will go on websites and spam the fan things to make people like it more. Critics, I think, usually is the best to go by, because a lot of them are and that's hard because like people like IGN do it, and IGN I think is a horrible rating system. I don't think they judge movies that well, but yeah, so it's hard. But like he's saying, the critics don't like it, and casual fans. So casual fans, I don't quite understand. Casual fans, I'm guessing people that don't read comics is what they're saying, because a casual fan could be someone that loves movies, someone that likes Superman, someone that likes Batman. They don't have to read the comics or go into anything like that, but they're going to know who Superman and Batman are. So basically, those people don't get it, and critics don't get it so far. That's what he's saying.
So I'm going to tell you what this movie actually did for you. Stay with me now. This was never a popcorn movie. This was Zack Snyder making a mythology movie, telling us how gods were living among us.
Here's the first part. It was essentially big blockbuster movies. They don't call them popcorn movies anymore because they are turning into the norm. They're all popcorn movies, basically. Any of these big movies, the MCU big movies, Spider-Man, Superman, James Gunn, they're all big movies. They're all put a ton of money into it. Any blockbuster popcorn movie used to be anyone putting a ton of money into it, millions and millions and millions of dollars into it to generate a bunch of money for people going into the theaters, eating popcorn, and a lot of people going there. That's where you got the point of a popcorn movie. So essentially, I get what he's trying to say, that this was not to be made for a general audience, for everybody to go see, I guess, which doesn't help his fight that much. And we're not understanding it was him trying to teach us how gods live among us. So he's getting deep here. Let's go a little further.
And once again, you just weren't paying attention. In Snyder's universe, Superman's not really a hero. He's more of like a god and a straight symbol, and people are afraid of that. And honestly, that's better and greater than anything Marvel has done in the last couple of years.
Time out. So let's say that's the story. And it somewhat is. It was very, let's make Superman Jesus was the story. Zack Snyder couldn't do a Star Wars movie, so he did Rebel Moon. If you want to make a movie about a god living among us and whatever the hell he's talking about, just make it your own, because you're using Superman and that's not Superman. I've never read any Superman comics where he's worshipped as a god. and living among us. There are things that he's a superhero kind of living among us, and it's hard for him to understand maybe because he's an alien. But there is a whole wide world of this. It's a million superheroes in the DC world, so it's nothing new. Superman just happens to be very powerful, and he came from a different planet, and it's a different way for Superman. I think is boring at times, but when they write him good, he's good, because it's hard to make a guy that's not could beat everybody basically. How do you write that story? But then, you know, people like One Punch Man, you could write a good story behind it. And when people get a hold of Superman and write him good, he's good. He's a good character. It's just hard sometimes because he's locked in this box of just being so invincible, and you got to get kind of more in the motions with it, I guess. And there's other things like good fighting in it, with depending on who he's going against. But he lives in a world full of gods, full of superheroes. If anything, I wouldn't say Marvel doesn't, because Marvel doesn't touch the god thing as much. I think we did a video where we had people going against, I think maybe it was Spider-Man against DC Universe villains, and there's so many that are just like godlike potential, like Steppenwolf. Spider-Man can't touch him, because in their world, it's like street level, super strength, and you got like Hulk, then you maybe get the Superiums, or Superior, you get, I don't know if I said that right, Sentry, you know, you get those kind of people that are pretty strong, but they're usually really flawed, and they're not someone we're rooting for. So, in this world, I guess, and we've seen it, Superman is related to a god, and we've all heard the rants about him being like Jesus. He was sent here, the only son of Krypton, and basically, that's what Zack Snyder wanted to deliver. Again, if you want to deliver that, go make your Rebel Moon. You didn't get to do a Star Wars movie, you made Rebel Moon, and by the way, it did horrible. But anyways, do your own. Don't use Superman to justify a story you want to tell when it's not Superman. This isn't Superman, all right? I don't care what people tell me. I don't care how many times this guy has to say it. That's not Superman. And he's going to go off of like casual fans don't know. Let's go off people that read comics. Comic book fans aren't going to like it because it's not Superman. Casual fans are not going to go after it because, again, they know Superman, and they come into a room that watching a movie that has a dark tint over it, and it just doesn't look like a Superman movie. That's not what they came there for. When they heard about Superman versus Batman, it was going to be epic, and if anything, it might be like The Dark Knight Returns, and that was a little iffy for me. I don't know if I want that to straight to go to theaters. It's an Elseworld story. I want a universe being built. So I was a little worried about that. I'm like, Batman vs Superman, maybe they'll do something different, but we already got Man of Steel, so that was kind of worrisome. And I had a right to be worried because they really didn't touch on the characters the way I think they should. Again, my opinion. Now, go back to the argument, is it a horrible movie? No, it's not a horrible movie. You take out the Superman, you take out the Batman, make it your own movie about the gods and stuff, sure, it could be a decent storyline. That's it. But is it a good Superman movie? Not really. Is it a good Batman movie? Not really. But we're going to hear more of what he's saying, and it'll probably make me say more.
And Ben Affleck's Batman isn't arguably, he is factually the greatest Batman of all time.
First of all, factually means you can't debate it, and you are factually wrong. Ben Affleck as Batman, I hear a lot of people step up to bat. Regardless if they like this movie or not, a lot of people step up to bat about him being a really good Bruce Wayne more than anything than Batman. I have a lot of hard times, because I know the past of Ben Affleck. I've watched him through many movies because I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I never taken him seriously. He does have some good movies. I like The Town. I guess The Accountant. There are things he's been. Good Will Hunting is like one of my favorite movies. And even though people make jokes that Matt Damon must have wrote it all, not Ben Affleck, because he's kind of a joke, blah blah blah. Regardless, he's part of it. I like that. But Ben Affleck as a Batman, that wouldn't be my first pick. He did. I think he was good as Bruce Wayne. As Batman, I think it's more the suit that bugged me. I've talked about it many times. He looks like he's in a full body cast that he got in a horrible accident, and they put him in a cast, and it just didn't look right. But Ben Affleck is not factually the best Superman or Batman, because factually means he's for a fact is he's not. You can have your opinions. Christian Bale physically is probably one of my favorite Batmans. Voice is not that great. Michael Keaton acting wise is probably one of my favorite Batmans. We have a small list because Val Kilmer didn't get to do much. Val Kilmer, great actor. George Clooney's, but Val Kilmer is a great actor. Look through Val Kilmer's movie. Just look through his movies. He's a great actor. He didn't get to do much. We give him a different script, different setting. Maybe he could be a lot better. He doesn't really look like Bruce. I don't know how I'd feel about that, but it sucks because we can't put him in the picture because Batman Forever isn't taken as a serious movie. But that being said, he is not factually the best Batman. You could have arguments up to who is better, and it doesn't have to be Ben Affleck.
On screen, that warehouse scene is a top 5 action sequences across all movies.
Once again, the action scene is interesting. It's good. It makes you feel like you're playing Arkham. But he was killing people, and it kind of went away from Batman. I get it. People are like, well, Batman, he doesn't have to not kill people. Yes, he doesn't not have to. But a lot of people who resonate with him or relate to him, or relate to the character, they don't want to see him killing because that is a big moral ground. He is granted his first appearance. He had a gun and all kinds of crazy things, but he's evolved and he's changed. And it wasn't like he evolved over time. It was like right after he ended up not killing people. So people want to see that. They don't want to see Spider-Man cracking heads and like ripping heads off and doing stuff like that because you'd be like, that's not Spider-Man. And with Superman killing Zod, everyone was divided. I didn't like it personally because he does a lot in that movie. I don't know why he had to go that route. He could have done a lot of different things. People are like, no, but he could. No, stop. He could have done something different. I think it was for effect, and it was effect to make his story arc go a little deeper and a little bit darker and a little bit sadder, which Superman is not. But yeah, Batman scene, everyone talks about it. Again, cool scene. Is it Batman-like? But is it one of the best among top 5 of all movies? No. This is a Snyderverse, people talking to you. Everything it touches is gold. It is crazy that they think, I don't know if I'd even put it, I love superheroes. I love the MCU. DC's been hard for me because they're not been making really quality stuff. And Marvel has some hit and miss as well. But all movies? Are you kidding me? Like, I already could think of like 5 in my head that would shatter that 2-minute scene. Shatter it. Destroy it. And they're not nowhere near. Like, let's just go real quick. All the Kingsmen, the church scene, great. I don't know if I put that in my top 5. Hit Girl, when she comes through at the end to Kryptonite and then jumps into I don't care about my education, whatever the fuck it's called. Really cool, fast scene. Again, that's not even near my top 5. Do I like those things better than the Batman one? Yeah, they're really cool, better action, I think. There's just a lot, but this just drives me nuts.
Hans Zimmer's scores, legendary. And Wonder Woman entering the first time between Batman and Superman to help them out, cinematic history. Too dark, too complicated, and too slow is what critics say. But they gave a standing ovation for a boring 3-hour Avengers film.
Again, man, these Snyder guys just blow my mind. You cannot like something, but you're going against something that has been done. It's not your fact, like you say there's facts. It's not a fact that Avengers 3-hour movie is the greatest movie ever. They had a standing ovation. You're upset that people enjoyed it. You're upset that people really liked it. You're saying, I'm not having fun. Why can't you not have fun? And that's stupid. Okay? And yes, it was Superman vs. Batman was dark. It was slow. It was these things. I don't like being all with the critics on things, but some of it they got right. A lot of it is boring. A lot of it is slow. Batman and Superman shouldn't have a slow burn in a story. When I think of Batman and Superman, I think of some fun times. I've read many Justice League books, many team-ups, and not gatekeeping. You guys probably have watched the cartoons and things like that. They're not very slow burns. They're cheeky. They're cool with each other, whatever. If they have to fight each other, I get it. That's a story. But this story is being told differently. It's about what he said, a god living among us, and basically tying a little bit into Dark Knight Returns. But he's upset that people enjoyed the Avengers. Whatever Avengers he's talking about, I don't know if it's Endgame or Infinity War he's talking about, but they got after a 3-hour movie, they got a standing ovation. Yeah, it happens. I've seen people stand up for other movies, but it happens. Do people do it for Man of Steel? Probably not. It's not that great of a movie. Now, is it a horrible movie? No. Again, I'm not telling you it's a horrible movie, but as great as you think it is? No. Sorry, Snyder Bros. Batman vs. Superman is not a great movie. It's not a great movie. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not great. I think it's meh. But again, to them, it's Jesus incarnated as a movie.
Literally stood up and clapped. And all that was fan service. And the Ultimate Edition fixed every single plot hole and fixed every single pacing issue. So if you really just saw it in the theater edition,
All right, so now we're mad that they make things for the fans. That's silly. Most fans, if you're just throwing fan service at them, fans get tired of it. They really do. You can only do so much. If you start doing it nonstop, we're like, dude, okay, we get it. We get it. You want us to be happy. If you slip it in casually through the story, nice callbacks and stuff, that's great. We're going to love it. Long as it makes sense, connects to other movies that we loved and grown with this franchise. On your left, what a cool moment to say on your left when Captain America's all alone. What a cool moment for Captain America. Let's say they're talking about Infinity War. Gets the hammer, gets Mjolnir out of nowhere, and I was gonna say Thanos thing. Thor says, "I knew it." Perfect moment. We always knew Cap was worthy. What a cool moment. Yeah, sure, that's a little bit of fan service. It's a lot of fan service. Sure, I'll say those scenes were epic, but at the same time, yeah, it's not all fan service. It was a decent story, and again, I'll say it's a good movie, but Infinity War is better. It's a better story. Did I have more fun watching Infinity War? Not as much as Endgame. Endgame, I had more fun. Infinity War, I was more invested. I was more invested in the story. Endgame, I knew it was all going to end, and I was more interested in how is this going to end? How is this going to end? I want to see the big battle. I want to see this fight. And along the way, we got other things in it that gave us throwbacks, and that was awesome. I really had a lot of fun watching it. There's, tear up moments with Iron Man dying. If people go, oh, you shouldn't be. No, dude, we've been with this guy for over a decade, like 15 years or something. We followed everything. If you like characters and you have just been with them, I don't mind you getting emotional with that. You get emotional with a lot of things. Any other regular movie that's just one episode or one movie, not with trilogies, you can feel something. So get off people's back for that. But he's talking about that they fixed everything after you saw it in theaters. So basically everyone is judging off the ones that saw it in theaters. So now he's saying the problem is you saw it in theaters, they fixed it up later. First of all, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't have a worse version put into theaters. You should always have your best version put in theaters. Now, if you want to do like an anniversary thing, or maybe the third movie's coming out and you want to show it again to get people hyped up, and sure, you can add a little things, like cool things in there. Cool. But for the fact that they needed to clean it up when it was on Blu-ray or streaming, DVD, whatever it was, that's dumb. To watch a whole almost different movie to say we fixed it and to make it better, that means you weren't even doing your best at the first time. And again, it's not a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a horrible movie. It's meh. This guy.
And you said, oh, that's cool. You really didn't watch the right film. And the crazy part is history corrected itself because we got the Snyderverse. We got the Snyder Cut because millions of people said it was correct. That's the crazy part. And the crazy part is this movie asked real questions and it delivered. But yet it was treated wrong because...
All right. The more I hear this, it's the more things I hear all the time. I love people, that just love all comics, movies, appreciate them. Even the bad ones, they appreciate them. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to love everything. But I also like when they could point out flaws and understand things like that. And I enjoy people that can also love maybe their favorite property is Marvel, and they could call out crap on Marvel. Even though they love it so much, they could call crap. Like, dude, I don't think they should have done that. That was bad. DC. I like the guys that are DC fans only sometimes, but they could say, you know what? Snyderverse is kind of crazy, and it's not the greatest stuff. I'm not really that big into it. Or they didn't do this right, they didn't do that right. That's fine, because they're big DC fans. But you get Snyder Bros. They come in here, and nothing can be good. Nothing. Only Snyder movies can be good. It blows my mind. And he's saying that the people spoke and people blah, blah, blah. No. A lot spoke. A lot of stuff happened. There was a lot more things than that. It was this pump-up movie that was supposed to be the next Justice League movie. Basically, they should have done Justice League, I feel, first, but not in that tone. But comparing it to an Avengers movie, they thought they were going to get this big, big moment, and it was going to change the trajectory of DC movies. They didn't get it. So they thought, can we fix more things? Can we do something to fix this? Because we are backing on this to make more movies. And what happened? It didn't help. And what he's saying is that we should have watched that one and that one because fans made him change it. This isn't Sonic the Hedgehog. This isn't the way he looked. Fans got that changed, all right? That's changed. But you want to talk about fans got this changed? No, it wasn't just fans. It was everything was going wrong. Like you said, critics. There was people that were mad about the money. There was companies that were involved that were upset with it. There was a lot going on. And it blows my mind. Thank God you only have like 15 seconds left to hear people like this that get so upset and mad about these things just because they're stuck in Zack Snyder's ass. I can't believe it sometimes. It blows my mind. Let's carry on so we can finish the video.
Something that was edited differently. And honestly, if we're all being real right now, you can't look me in the eyes and not say that that film deserved better.
I wasn't looking real
Smosh.
like Jose.
I can tell you 100%. I lost my picture. 100% I can tell you and look at you in your eyes and tell you superhero community deserved a lot more. The superhero community deserved a lot more. Not Zack Snyder, not the Snyder Bros. Superhero fans, I'll look at you in the eye, tell you they deserved a lot more. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool how they made it.
Batman versus Superman.
It didn't.
You honestly, if we're all being real right now,
you
can't look me in the eyes and not say that that film deserved better.
So my whole thing is, you want the film to be deserved. You want people to look you in your beady eyes and say it should have deserved better. Is that what you're saying? Look me in the eyes, not say that that film deserves better. So you're saying basically, let me get it right. People should respect it more and like it more than what it got handed to them. No, it's over. It's over. It's done. You know, the film doesn't. The film got what it got. You know, like I said, once again, I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. Because maybe take out Superman and Batman, it could be a decent storyline. Throwing Wonder Woman, like he said, it was a lot going on for a movie that only had one character built in the universe so far. And throwing in Doomsday, which was god-awful. God-awful. That was Doomsday, right? Yeah, I think it was. And of course, there's the Martha stuff and all that. You know, there's a lot of things that people didn't like. But to say that that film we deserve better. We should treat it better. No, you don't. You don't. People don't like movies I don't like. I don't say they need to deserve better. I just try to tell them, just tell me it's not a horrible movie. If you think it's a horrible movie, that's crazy. And I'll tell you, this movie's not a horrible movie. It's just not a very good Superman Batman movie. It's still meh. I won't watch it ever again, but if someone wanted me to come over and watch it, I'm not going to go, worst movie ever, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to be that way. I'll watch it with somebody. I don't care. It's superheroes at least, right? Maybe they're not done right, but it's cool. It's movies. I appreciate movies. I appreciate superheroes. But it's just not done well. And you can sit there and argue till your face turns blue. It's not going to change. And the biggest point of all this, it's over. Pull a Frozen and let it go. Snyderverse is never coming back. I don't care how much you say, how much that guy Cosmic Book Wonder, whatever the hell his name is, makes post after post that Saudi Arabia is going to do this and buy this, and looks like Warner Brothers is going to have a thing with Paramount. It's gone. And Zack Snyder does not help it, posting everyday pictures of all his movies with Batman and Superman and showing Justice League pictures everywhere. It's never going to happen. And Snyder is sad. He's very sad right now and wants to hope someone will catch on to it. People are like, maybe Netflix is going to pick it up. All wishful thinking. It's gone. It's over. The new cinematic universe has started. You guys hate James Gunn, Snyder Bros, hate James Gunn, and think he's doing a horrible job. I like Superman. It felt like Superman. And I thought the characters in it were amazing. And this is coming from a guy that mainly collected Marvel books most of my life. I usually just collected dark DC, Batman, Constantine, anything in the darker realm. I like that grounded DC. Superhero stuff was weird because it was so powerful. It was hard for me to get behind these people fighting other gods and stuff. And it's like Batman just shows up and he could fight against these gods too. It just didn't make sense, but that's why I just followed Batman and Detective Comics and Batman Comics. It worked better for me, and that's how I enjoyed them. But that all being said, I'm happy with the direction they're going right now. So far, Superman is good. Supergirl's probably gonna bomb because people are gonna have a go at it. They're already mad. I think people are mad at the girl already. I can't remember her name. They're already mad at her, just like they did with Brie Larson. They're gonna purposely bomb on it. Snyder fans are gonna make bots to down the ratings and to make comments. This was proven before that this happened. It's not a lie. It's factual, as he said, that it did happen, that they had bots bombing reviews and do it, because they would do it before the movie even came out. It was nuts how that could happen. So Spider-Woman, Superwoman is not gonna. Supergirl is. God, I couldn't get it right like 5 times. Supergirl is not probably gonna do great. I honestly don't think it's gonna do great. Will I enjoy it? I don't know. I hope so. Lobo looks awesome. That's one of my biggest kickers. Is Lobo. Like Jason Momoa's Lobo should have happened forever ago. Never Aquaman. Never Aquaman. Jason Momoa is not Aquaman. But Lobo, that dude's a Lobo, and he looks great as Lobo. I'm super excited to see that on the big screen. But it's going to bomb, I think, just because everybody's against it. Mainly because the girl, the actress, and mainly because Snyder fans are already trying to bomb it. And, you know, there's a good amount of them out there that they can make enough bots that will keep circulating and ruin a movie. But this sucks. It's sad. I hate it. I hate that people still want to keep fighting and tell you it's one of the misunderstood films ever put on screen. I could hear you talking to me about Donnie Darko because everyone has their own interpretations of the movie. You could say that's really misunderstood because they meant this and they meant that. That's misunderstood. This movie's not misunderstood. We get it. We know what he was trying to do. We know Super Jesus. We get it. We're not blind. Comic fans, not blind. Casual fans, not blind. Snyderverse, blind as a bat. They sit there and think this is the way, as Amanda Lorian would say. This is how they're supposed to be. I don't know what drug they took, how they got a cult out of this. I will never understand how a group of people turn into this. It's really sad. I don't get it. And I say it's sad, and I don't care if they're like, oh, you're mean for that. No, because you crap on everything else. That's not cool. Anything that's not this guy's movies, it's crap. And it's like, God, dude, just turn that down a little bit and go enjoy some stuff. Don't go on every post and talk about how Snyderverse is better than this movie. And you're mad that Avengers got a standing ovation. That's just gross. That's so gross. Just to be that mad that something like, you guys are having fun. I'm not. Like, come on. Get real. Like, it's just silly. I don't know if I'll keep following the Geeky Cast. I think he does a lot of news stuff. So a lot of times I don't want to talk about news. If it's like really, really cool or important or like a big spoiler, like I've done Doomsday, I've done Spider-Man Brand New Day. I haven't heard much for Supergirl. The only things I've seen are just a lot of negative stuff. I don't really want to add to that to make a video. Again, I love the fact that everyone watches these with my 2 views. But I still, regardless, with 2 views being said, I don't want to add more negativity towards that it already has a lot of negativity. If it's something about the story, where it may go, why Lobo's in it, sure, I'll talk about it. But most of the time with news, I kind of stay away. This guy does a lot of news stuff, but this one is just a good one that he ranted on, and I thought it was a good point for me to go against him telling me he's done letting the internet lie. The internet is not lying. You're lying to yourself. That's the problem. You're lying to yourself. Batman vs. Superman is not a good Superman movie. I'm sorry. It sucks that you have to feel this way and be mad at everybody and think Snyder does everything amazing for everyone. It's just not the way it is. I'm sorry. We got a really good Superman movie. If you don't like it, that sucks. But you can at least say they did it. Or if you don't like it, they tried. Because people love Superman and want to see a good Superman movie. If you don't like it, I do think it's a little crazy that you don't like it. Because it does so many good elements from DC. And brings in a lot of characters from DC. Giving us what we want. And so many cool action scenes. And a decent story. I don't get it. What do you want? Oh, Snyder. That's right. Anything but Snyder. I forgot. So we can't have a good DC movie unless Snyder's touching it. Well, unfortunately for you, Snyder's not touching anything and never will be. We'll maybe get different versions. Maybe we'll put a yellow tint over it, maybe a bluer tint over it. But you're not going to get to see Snyder make another movie again with the DC universe. And that is factual because it's just not going to happen. Warner Brothers has gone through with this. It's not going to happen. They're not going to piggyback off a universe that bombed. It failed. The universe failed. Having a franchise with it and continuing those stories, it failed. Big failed. Regardless if you think it was amazing, great, doesn't matter. Money talked, critics talked, fans talked. Not all fans are Snyder Bros. Fans talked, just couldn't do it. It couldn't pull an Iron Man off and set up everything, and do that. I'm sorry. Maybe they should have gone a different route. It could have worked. I don't know. But Snyder wasn't the guy for it. And unfortunately, you guys like it dark and gloomy. Superman isn't dark and gloomy. And that's that. So I apologize to you, the Geeky Cast, that you have to go through this life and feel this way. It sucks. I really wish that you could enjoy other things and not think everything is Snyderverse and not think they have the best fighting scenes ever and all this and that. There are more movies out there. Don't put away all the superhero movies. Go watch other movies. There's other good movies out there. There's a lot of good movies. The Back Room just came out, I think, right now. I'm hearing good things about that. Just go watch another movie. Go check them out. Don't worry about superheroes right now because you're so upset with how people are upset about the Snyderverse after this many years. It's exhausting. It really is. I usually don't put too much into this because I'm over it. I see it pop up a lot on my Facebook because I'm in so many like film, movie, superhero groups. A lot of the Snyderverse groups will pop up. Snyder Bros, Snyder this, whatever. Return the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse. And you just see it and people's comments are just like, they're mad. Mad not in as angry. They're mad as in Mad Hatter. They're not there. They don't see the world the same way. Or at least the superhero movies the same way. Or movies as a whole, the characters as a whole. It's maddening. It's crazy the way they feel. Yeah. And you see it a lot, but I'm at the point where I just let them be because it's like it's over. There's no point. But this came across my reels, and I was like, you know what? This is a good thing to talk about because I hate that I don't get to talk about DC that much. I only talk about MCU because most guys post about MCU a lot, Marvel stuff. If I get to see other franchises, I do try to go over those movies, or the ones that I do watch. I try to talk about if it's Star Wars or something like that. But unfortunately, DC doesn't have much to talk about right now besides the negativity on Supergirl. If Superman's brought up in the argument with the Superman movie, I'll definitely bring in conversation to that. But there's not much to have a conversation about no more. Batman vs Superman's over. It's done. Snyder's done. Snyder restore the Snyderverse is over. You can hashtag it all you want. It's over. I'm sorry. Hope you can enjoy other things in life. Enjoy the Superman movie for what it is. If you don't, you don't. But other than that, that was a good talk. Hopefully you can move on. I'm turning off OBS because we don't do editing. All right. Bye.